G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Border Supercoach. Today is the round, I think 12 review, so let's see how we did. We got 1,736, so quite a low score, but as you can see, that was somehow still enough to get top 20% for the round, which I was honestly pretty shocked. I thought for sure when I saw that I'd gone 1.7 that, I was going to get like top 50 or 60% for the round, but clearly a lot of other people had pretty poor weeks as well, which isn't too surprising considering the fact that there were a lot of popular players on the bye this week. I saw Dossie from the Code Sports podcast got like 1.5. So clearly there were plenty of people who did much worse than me this week. Yeah, our total score has got us a rank of 64,000. So obviously we're still doing pretty bad. And top 20% is still, nothing too good. But look, you're having a bad season when you're happy with top 20%. But look, considering the fact that almost every other week it's been top 40 or 50%, I'll take it. Pretty confident that I can have a pretty good week this week, and you'll see why in a second. But let's get into the team. So obviously Sinclair was good. Whitfield, I was pretty surprised he played, to be honest. But look, 90 isn't great, but it's better than a donut, so I'll take that. Roberts was pretty poor once again. That's three in a row that he's gotten under 100 since I've got him in. So, yeah, pretty annoying. But, kind of sums up the season that I've had. So, I guess I'll just have to pray that he bounces back at some point. Dan Houston, 94. Yeah, still not spectacular, but look, anything above 90 you can't be too disappointed with. Obviously, it was a tough game for Collingwood. We lost by 4 points. I was pretty devastated, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if we'd lost by 5 goals, wouldn't have been too bad. But the fact that, we almost came back, was pretty heartbreaking. And to be honest, I didn't think Dan Houston played that well. I think every time I saw him go up for a marking contest, he pretty much always got outmarked every single time. So, yeah, I honestly didn't think he played that well, but clearly he played well enough to get a 94 Supercoach, so look, I'll take that. Lindsay, another pretty ordinary game from him. He's probably going to go this week, probably going to turn him into Max Holmes. Dirksen got dropped, which was unfortunate. Josh Roll had the bye, and Brody Ryan got dropped. Moving on to the midfield, Bont was solid. Honestly, was surprised he got this low. I thought he would have got more. He played quite well against us, I thought. It seemed like he won every single centre bounce, especially for the first 3 quarters, and kicked one or two goals against us as well. But yeah, I don't think he really did that much in the last quarter though, which was probably why he didn't get a spectacular score. Obviously, I think who went to him? I think was it Ed Allen that went to him, or I think it was Ed Allen that went to him in the last quarter and kept him reasonably quiet. Obviously, Ed Richards was the bloke who absolutely tore us apart at the end there, so yeah, would have preferred it to at least be Bont that destroyed us, so I could get a good vice captain score for my super coach. But what can you do? Nick Dacos 111, not too bad from him. Finn Callahan 140. Yeah, I was shocked that he did this well, to be honest. Yeah, it's good to see him back to his best. 30 touches, 2 goals. Tore Melbourne apart, so hopefully we can see more of this for the rest of the season. That would be lovely. Sam Walsh 104. Good to see him above 100 for a couple of weeks in a row. Obviously Carlton got a pretty good win against Geelong. Although Patrick Cripps was clearly the main man in that win. Obviously kicked the match winner. But yeah, obviously Sam Walsh still was pretty good. Hugh McCluggage just continues to stink it up every single week. Obviously, Brisbane have been pretty putrid since I got him in, so it's not too much of a surprise that he hasn't done too well. But I'm honestly pretty shocked that he's done this bad, to be honest, because when I got him in, like, I thought he'd at least do like 90, worst case scenario. Because I think he was coming off the back of like an 80, a 99, and like a 110. So it was looking like he was starting to get back into form. But obviously, he's been putrid the last few weeks. Hasn't even really been getting tagged, and he's still been pumping out these scores. So look, I guess all I can do is just, at this point, is just pray that he comes good. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm gonna have the trades or the cash to get rid of him. So, look, I'm just gonna have to complete the rest of my team first. And if I somehow have some leftover trades and cash, then maybe I can flip him to someone else. But I think for now, I'm just gonna have to keep my fingers crossed that he improves a bit. But yeah, this has been an absolute disaster. Elijah Sardis, was good to see him back. Got an 85, so pretty good score from him. Hopefully he can give us a couple more good on-field scores before I trade him out. I'll probably trade him out before the end of the bye rounds. So hopefully by then he's, maybe close to 350k. I can cash him in. Sam Cummings, 64, not too bad from him. I was surprised that Angus Anderson only got 40, to be honest, because it looked like he played quite well. I think he got like 2 goals when the Pies were coming back, so yeah, I was pretty disappointed to see that he only got 40. But yeah, oh well. Jack Ison, 42. Probably would have liked a bit more from him as well. I kind of need him to make a decent amount of cash, to be honest, because yeah, it's looking like things are going to be pretty tight to finish my team. There's honestly a decent chance I'm not even able to finish it, so fingers crossed I can, but look, we'll see. Max Gorn was okay. Probably would have liked a bit more with the C on him, but you can't complain too much with a 118. Bailey Williams, yeah, it was a bit disappointing, but it was always going to be a pretty risky move trading him in. But I just needed someone who was low 400s, and he was in pretty good form. I still think he should be alright for the rest of the season. I think he should be able to average at least 90s in the number one ruck for West Coast, so hopefully he can keep that average above 95. Obviously, it's 93 at the moment, so if it's above 95 when the season ends, I think I'll certainly be happy with that. Obviously, I'm going to flip him into the forward line this week so I can get Tristan Sherry. Moving on to the forward line, Sam Flanders has done his Achilles, so that was pretty unfortunate. I was hoping not to have too many more primos that I need to trade out this year, but unfortunately I've had yet another primo get injured, so yeah, it's going to cost me another trade. So yeah, really did not need this, but what can you do? Matt Philippou was pretty good, 71. Hopefully I can hold him until his bye in round 16. That would be nice. Murdoch was good, scored 100, so yeah, he just continues on his merry way. Could get close to 400k, to be honest. Let me just check what his break even is. I think it should be quite low because the 38 that he got a few weeks ago is out of his system. Yeah, it's 14, so yeah, he could have another 50 plus k left in him, to be honest. So I think he's another one who I'll probably try hold until the end of the buy rounds if I can. I mean, if he turns up this week and makes another 30 or 40k, I might just trade him then. I think his buy's in 2 weeks, so yeah, if he does well in the next 2 games and is close to 400k, I'll probably cash him in. Charlie Bansfield was pretty disappointing, 36. So both of the really popular rookies this week underperformed a fair bit. Look, hopefully they can both still, put up at least 50s or 60s, because Yeah, I really need him to make cash because, yeah, it looks like I'm gonna struggle to finish my team. And then Rechko was pretty disappointing this week. Scored just a 43. Um, that's not gonna help his break even. Oh, actually, it's still a 31, so could have some more cash left in him. I'll probably hold him. Should get above 300k. So look, would have liked a bit more, but is what it is. Obviously, the Tigers got smoke this week, so it's not too surprising that both of the the Tigers players didn't do too well. Anyways, moving on to trades this week. So I think the first trade I'm going to do is Lindsay into Holmes. Obviously, Holmes did not do too well this week, so he lost a little bit more cash, which was pretty nice to see. What's his break even? His break even's 125, so that's very gettable. So I think now's a good time to get him in because I think the Cats have a pretty good run post buy. So yeah, I think Max Holmes. I don't think he'll get too much lower than 550. So I think I'm just gonna get him now. Hopefully, my trade luck doesn't continue and he doesn't start just pumping out, putrid scores every week. But we'll see what happens. So we're getting him in, which means our defense is pretty much complete. Even though it's not ideal to have Houston and Roll as keepers, don't have much of a choice. So that should be our defense done and dusted. And then the other trade I'm doing is obviously I've got to trade out Flanders, so I'll probably just turn him into Tristan Sherry. Obviously he's at 631. He's got Luke Jackson this week, so not the best matchup. And his break even still sits at 180, so look, he probably will lose another 20k ish this week, but I'm just going to get him in because, look, with Tristan Sherry, he, even against people like Luke Jackson, he's capable of pumping out, 180s. So, look, I'm just going to get him this week. Obviously, I need to get as many primos in my team as I can. He's got a really good fixture coming up as well after Luke Jackson. I don't know why I can't click on him. What if I just go over here? Sherry. Why? Why is it coming up with teams? Tristan Sherry. What is going on? What is going on? Why is this website just crashing out right now? There we go. So yeah, after Fremantle, he has an absolute cakewalk. West Coast, Richmond, Essendon, Port, Collingwood. Like, you can't ask for a much better 5 weeks as a ruckman than this. And he's also got Geelong towards the end as well. So, yeah, I think Tristan Sherry could be in for a pretty big run of form. So, getting him in. Hopefully, he doesn't wipe his blood on someone like he did last time I had him, which was obviously earlier this season. So, yeah, I'm getting him. Pretty confident that he can go on an absolute tear in the next couple months. So yeah, hopefully Tristan Sherry is a good trade in. And then for my last trade this week, obviously I still have a bunch of cash left, so I actually haven't fully decided what I'm going to do. I could get a forward. Obviously, Cozzy Piggott is quite cheap, although, what's his break even? It's 98, so yeah, could I get Cozzy this week? I don't know. How many people do I have on the round 16 buy? 1, 2, 3, 4. Do I only have 4? Wait, that can't be right. 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe I can get Pickett in there because originally I was not really wanting to get Pickett because I would have already had too many people in the buy, but I guess trading out Flanders means that I have one less person on that buy, so maybe I will get him Pickett. What's Melbourne's fixture like? Is it any good? Collingwood. Oh, actually, this actually isn't too bad. It's a pretty good run, to be honest. Obviously, Collingwood don't really tag. I don't think Essendon will tag. I think Adelaide should be good. Hawthorn. Oh, I don't think Hawthorn have really been tagging much lately. Like, Finn McGuinness is still on their list and he's still playing, but don't. I don't know if they've been using him or not, to be honest. I haven't really been paying much attention, but obviously Richmond's a good matchup. North Melbourne, it's not the best. But overall, it's not a bad run, so I actually might get in Cozzy Pickett. Um, who would I trade out? I'll probably trade out Marshall, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's time for him to go. So I'll trade him out. Get in Cozzy Pickett. What is Shy Bolton's break even? 120. I don't really think Shy Bolton's the best idea, to be honest. Yeah, he's just too inconsistent. I mean, same with Pickett, but I think Pickett's just been getting tagged a lot, which is why he hasn't been doing too well. So hopefully he bounces back. Oh, this actually isn't a bad fixture, to be honest. Could get Josh Tracy, but I just feel like he's a full forward. Like, obviously he's an unbelievable player, but I feel like, oh, is he gonna keep this scoring up? I don't know. I feel like if I don't get him in, he's just gonna keep going nuts. But if I do get him in, he's just gonna suddenly start dropping 70s. So, what's his break even? 85. Yeah, so if I am going to get him in, this is definitely the best time. I feel like I'd rather get Pickett because I need cheap picks because obviously I don't have a lot of cash, so I need value. So I think I'm just going to get Tracy in. I mean, no, what am I saying? Pickett. Do that. Put him on the field. So that means I now have one slot left in the forward line, one slot left for the rucks, and two slots left in the midfield. So this is how the team looks at the moment. Yeah, so it is going to be a struggle to finish it, but obviously I still have Murdoch and Philippou to cash in. And Retchko I can cash in. Sarders I'll be able to cash in. Sam Cumming hopefully will make a little bit more cash. What's his break even like? His break even's still pretty low, so he could also have some decent cash to cash in. Hopefully, or Anderson as well, I'll be able to cash in. So, look, I think I'll be able to get there. I think next week, I don't think I'm going to be able to do any upgrades. Or actually, I do have 230k, so I might be able to. But I do want to get Luke Jackson after his bye. What's his break even? So his break even's 140. So he's got North Melbourne this week, so he could be low 500s potentially, like 540, 530. So I'll probably get him after his bye, which means I'm gonna need to make sure I have the cash to do so. But yeah, I think next week I'll probably start cashing in some of the rookies that are starting to plateau a bit in cash. But I think this is pretty good for this week. I mean, look, part of me is like, instead of Pickett, I could potentially keep Todd Marshall for another week and then maybe trade out someone like Anderson. What's his break even? Yeah, I could trade out Anderson this week and get in a mid, like, Baz or Heaney. But I think I'd rather get in a value pick and Pickett. Obviously, look, if he If he plays terribly for the rest of the year, then obviously he won't be value. But I'm pretty confident he can bounce back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this for this week. What is Heaney's break even? It's gonna be pretty low now. 96. What is his fixture like? If he has a good fixture, I might actually get him in instead of Pickett. Cause like 606, this could definitely be value. Why can't I click on him? Why is the website doing this? Let me refresh. I'll just look on the AFL app for his fixture. Stuff it. Stupid Supercoach website. Doesn't work. Sydney. St Kilda, Port, then the bye, then the Lions, then the Doggies, then the Dockers. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually not the best fixture. But Heaney's just been going nuts against pretty much anyone, I feel like. Is it loading now? Let's see if I can search him up. Let's see what he scored against who. So he went 89 and 98 against Carlton and Brisbane. Then went 150 against West Coast. 190 against Gold Coast. So, apart from these first couple of rounds, he's pretty much gone well against everyone. Oh, do I do it? Also, because Cozzy Pickett, I don't know, who do Melbourne have this week? I forgot. They have Collingwood. That's actually not a bad matchup. Because I feel like Heaney. Oh, I feel like this is the week to get Heaney. I don't know. Would I rather get Heaney this week and then Pickett next week? You know what? I'm gonna get Heaney this week. Stuff it. Let's get Todd Marshall back in. What's Todd Marshall's break even actually? Marshall. 72. Oh jeez. Okay. Oh, that's not good. Because I don't have anyone else with forward status, do I? You know what? Stuff it. Oh, hold Todd Marshall. Worst case, hopefully he just doesn't get picked this week, and so he doesn't lose any cash. But maybe in that case, should I trade out Burton? Maybe I'll trade out Angus Anderson. I feel like he doesn't have that much cash left. And then I can get... Oh, actually, what is Bailey Smith's break even? 150. Okay, so maybe wait a bit to get him. Maybe wait till after his bye. So let's get Isaac Heaney. Yep, complete the trade. Get him on the field instead of Cumming. Okay, well, I think I'm happy with that. So I think next week then, maybe I'll just do like a double downgrade or something, like downgrade Marshall and like, I don't know, like Sardars or something, I don't know, but yeah, I think next week probably just do a downgrade and then the week after that I can get Luke Jackson, which will mean that I'm 3 primos away, then after that I can get like Pickett and I don't know, someone else. But yeah, I think that's it for this week. In terms of captains, probably Vice Butters. He's got West Coast, and then who should I captain? Could do Dacos. Could do Heaney. Who else could I do? Could do Max Gorn. Anyone from Essendon, Carlton, Sydney, Saints. North. Yeah, I reckon I might just do Butters into Dacos. I feel like Dacos is due for a big one, to be honest. King's birthday, who knows? Might change my mind and do Gorn instead. But I think this is what I'll do for now. I also could do Bond into Butters as well, so I'll leave it like this for now, but I'll probably make up my mind later. But I think that's it for the round 12 review. Pretty confident that I should be able to have a good week this week. Obviously, I have. Actually, let's get Whitfield off. Get Dirksen on. Haven't actually put my bye players off the field yet, so let's do that, shall we? That should be good. Obviously, I have to leave Rechko on because I have all these blokes on the bye anyways. So, yeah, I think this is it for the round 12 review. Obviously, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 Primos, 16 if you include McCluggage, but I don't think you can at this point. I don't think Rankin's playing this week. Yeah, I think he's probably out for another one or two, so I'll keep the emergency on Marshall. Or maybe I'll just do this. I don't know. Look, I'll wait for teams to come out, and then obviously if Rankin's not named against Geelong, I'll probably put him on the bench and then get Marshall, or actually probably get Banfield on, or I don't know, I'll figure it out. But yeah, look, I've got a lot of primos this week, so hopefully I can have a good week. Surely I'm due for like just an absolute like top 5% week. I'm calling it right now, top 5% this week. Watch it happen. But yeah, thanks for watching. Fingers crossed I have a good week, and I will see you guys next week.